I bust the burrito open so y'all can see what's in there. You heard lettuce, tomatoes, tofu, rice and beans, cheese. The rice is delicious. The cheese is delicious. Everything is hitting right, man. Everything is hitting right. Take a bite of that good spinach and tofu burrito. You heard? Take a bite of that. Stop playing. Some black beans. LAZ, I'm at 1571 Lexington Avenue. I'm about to check this burrito spot, Burrito Zas. I hope I'm saying that right. But I see they got extreme vegetarian options. And when I see vegetarian options, I'm loving it.
That menu looking official, bro. You heard I'm seeing 4 and 5 vegetarian options for each dish. Like, this is the type of respect I need New York City to put on the vegetarian name, bro. You heard? We like to eat and pig out too.
I'm gonna have that spinach and tofu burrito, please.
You want hot sauce on the side?
Yes, sir.
Oh, cool.
I'm on the spot for you. This spot ain't new at all. I don't know how I never saw this spot because I've been over here. I just wasn't paying attention. Maybe the awning is new, you heard? But I ain't never see that the vegetarian options on that awning. You heard? I would have been in there like swimwear. But new or old, I'm about to tear that spinach and tofu burrito up. You heard? That's a whole fact. Already snow cone. This is Manhattan, you heard, between 100 and 101st Street, basically Spanish Harlem, the beginnings of Spanish Harlem. You feel what I'm saying? And on Lexington Avenue right here, the P's is right up the block and down the block. You feel what I'm saying? But right here up on this on Lexington Avenue, they got some nice restaurants up here. Thai kitchen. You heard this burrito spot with these vegetarian options and a few other things, man. So you know, people be pulling up here to get their eats on. You heard? I hope the community is benefiting from these restaurants. Yeah, LAZ the Fat Vegetarian, man. You heard? I'm back on it. I know I'll be playing games, but it's time to stop playing. You feel me? I'm not gonna play at all with this vegetarian tofu and spinach burrito. I'm gonna let y'all know that. You heard? Alright, I got that Rito. You heard? I got that Rito. That Rito is in the bag. Let's see what it's hitting for. See what this good vegetarian burrito, you heard, is hitting for. Because let me tell you something. Listen, when I get some extra time, I gotta go back to Mystic, Connecticut. You heard? Mystic, Connecticut. I ate a breakfast burrito out there. That was outstanding. You heard? Like when I say outstanding, I mean outstanding. The food in Mystic, Connecticut is unbelievable. And I would love to do a special 2-hour episode on the food in Mystic, Connecticut, because it deserves it. I'ma keep it real. You heard? But right now, we in Spanish Harlem, and I'm about to check out this vegetarian burrito at Burrito Zas. You heard? Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. I have Latino heritage myself, and I can't speak a lick of Spanish. You know, it's sad. But this burrito ain't sad, and I'm about to destroy it. First and foremost, if that burrito ain't looking like a newborn baby, you heard? When they deliver you that burrito and they hand it to you, if it don't feel like they putting a newborn in your hand, it ain't worth it. This is looking like a good 5-pound baby boy. You heard? And I'm trying to lose weight. I'm gonna keep it real, so I may not eat this whole thing. Yeah, right. But hot sauces on the side, I'm about to tear this burrito up. Pause. The diaper is off for the newborn. You heard? No funny. The diaper is off for the newborn, baby. Let's see what's popping.
Pause that.
First, I got to splash that. You heard? I got to get splashed with that sauce. You heard? Pause out. That shit got to get splashed with that hot sauce. That shit got to get splashed with that hot sauce first and foremost. You heard? You know, you got to be careful with some of these Mexican spots, though, because that hot sauce will burn a hole. That hot sauce will be so hot it'll burn a hole in your cheek. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta taste test that for a second. Not too crazy. You heard? Nice flavor. See, with a hot sauce, I like that to be flavorful.
What's
more than
that?
just burning hot. Some spots, they just got some hot sauce. Like, you can't taste no flavor. All you taste is fire. You heard? I need some flavor in that hot sauce. But this hot sauce got some good flavor in it. You heard? All right, let me try this out. Let me try this Rito out. This newborn baby is crying. It's crying for his mama. I'm not just... Take a bite of that newborn... Take a bite of that good spinach and tofu burrito. You heard? Take a bite of that. Stop playing. Some black beans. I'm not just being nice because the bro at the counter was a good dude. You heard? This joint is reminding me of that breakfast burrito out in Mystic, Connecticut. It's layered the correct way. I ain't lying to y'all. I'm not lying to y'all. I was hoping that, you know, it wasn't just some raw tofu in there, because some spots be just having some, I don't know what they be thinking. Sometimes it be good though, but they just be having some raw ass tofu in your joint. You be like, bro, you don't know, you ain't prepared that, you ain't seasoned that. Like, you heard? Just because we vegetarians, that don't mean we don't want stuff sauteed, flipped, and bounced and seasoned the correct way. You heard? But this tofu and spinach is looking like they did it right. Take a bite of that good spinach and tofu burrito. You heard? Take a bite of that. Stop playing. Or they combined it with the correct elements so that, you know, the tofu is not just flavorless. The spinach in here is crazy too. I'm keeping it real. Spinach is wild, bro. You know when I'm gonna tell you when food is great. When you a dude that you love hot sauce, but the food is making you forget to use the hot sauce. That's when you know it's banging. You heard? When that joint is banging without the sauces, you know something is up. Take a bite. I'm sorry if I'm making y'all hungry. But what I'm trying to do is let y'all know that vegetarians, bro, we pig out too, bro. You know? That's why they call me LAZ, the fat vegetarian, even though I just lost like 10 pounds, I'm feeling good. You heard these Nike Tech sweaters was starting to get a little too tight. You heard I was blaming it on Nike. I was writing Nike like, yo, word of mother, man, sending them emails, yo. Now, I mean, I paid too much money for these tech suits for them to be shriveling up like this and getting small. Nah, they ain't getting small. Your ass got big. You heard? So I lost a little 10 pounds. These Texas fitting a little nice again. You heard? But messing with this burrito. Now, all jokes aside though, the spinach in here is great, man. It's just delicious spinach. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. I'm just happy that I'm eating a good burrito or what. I'm gonna have to put my kids onto this because my kids love burritos. Pause. You heard? And they be on Dos Toros and Chipotle back all the time. I'm gonna take them to this nice neighborhood joint right here in Spanish Harlem. Price is good and decent. This was like $13 or something like that, which is what you're gonna pay for a burrito of this magnitude. You feel me? You might even pay 15, 16. You heard? But this a nice, small, independent restaurant that's, you know, because everything is a chain now. You heard? You gotta, yo, that's one thing about New York. These restaurants, they fighters, bro. With all these big chains out here, they fight. You understand what I'm saying? And if you a good restaurant with great food, you gonna stay in the game. You gonna stay in the game. That's why they've been here for 8 years, you heard? Yo, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I want to eat this entire burrito, but nah, man, but this burrito is bananas. It's rice and black beans and tomato and cheese and tofu. You heard? I bust the burrito open so y'all can see what's in there. You heard? Lettuce, tomatoes, tofu, rice and beans, cheese. The rice is delicious. The cheese is delicious. Everything is hitting right, man. Everything is hitting right. Ultimately, I know I'll be back for another burrito because they got too many vegetarian options. You heard? They got a mushroom joint, and I love mushrooms. You heard? So I'm gonna definitely try the mushroom joint. But the burrito is delicious, man. I said I wasn't eating the whole thing, pause. But it's looking like I was lying. Nah, this joint was crazy though. I ain't even gonna hold you up like the Stanley Cup, even with it falling apart. Spinach hanging. You heard? If you a vegetarian, you understand. The tofu is nice and braised. You heard? You could tell they grilled it up right quick. That's right. That's right. Everything blended correctly, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I'm eating with my hands like I tell y'all all the time. People think eating with your hands ain't right and exact, but actually there are certain bacterias that are on your fingertips that aid digestion, that your body needs to digest food the correct way. And when you eat with your fingers, you take in those bacterias and it helps your gut, your overall gut health. You feel what I'm saying? So as long as your hands are clean, it's good to eat with your fingers. And you can look that up. I don't know if it's good to do. I don't know if it's good to do savage stuff like that, but I do it. Nah. That burrito was bananas, bro. And I ain't even really I only used the hot sauce like once or twice. Forgot it existed. I don't want to be ignorant and be here like this. That burrito was delicious. Know what I mean? I don't want to do stuff like that, so I'll do that when I pause the camera. But yeah, that was crazy. That burrito was crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you up like the Stanley Cup. That burrito was crazy, bro. I ain't eating nothing till late on tonight. You heard, this morning for breakfast, I had an almond punch smoothie. You heard? Getting that weight down with that. You heard, tomorrow I have the perfect grass joint that come with kale. You heard, wheatgrass, crazy. You heard, love it. I'm gonna do a review on it. Matter of fact, that's gonna be the next episode. I'm gonna do a review on Hawa's perfect grass smoothie, the greatest smoothie in New York City. And that's a whole fact. But right now, thanks, I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I got a whole bean on my chest. Think I ain't eating that? You must be out your mind. Come on, man. I can't just go through a day. I can't go through a day without spilling something on myself. You heard? Come on, bro. Yeah, man, but you know, I'm a master stain getter outer. You heard, I can't tell my secrets online. If I told you, I would have to murk you. You feel what I'm saying? So, if you ever got a garment with a stain on it that you just can't get out, contact me on the low. Heard, but yeah, man, you already know what time it is now. It's time to go find that Beverly Hills 90210. You heard? That Beverage. And it gotta be exotic. And it gotta be something that, you know, incites the call of the wild. Yeah, so the exotic Bev game was type limited because parking is type limited. And I ain't trying to get no ticket, you heard? So I had to go with this San Pellegrino, you heard? Aranciata. I hope I'm saying that right. But it sounds delicious, you heard? Looks like a regular orange, but sounds delicious. I'm across the street from Tao Bagels, and you know, I don't be liking to look crazy doing that call of the wild in front of too many people, but for y'all, I do it. Now you know I'm not heavily promoting sugar because I really wanted one of those bubblies, probiotic sodas. I love those. You're gonna see those on the Fat Vegetarian a whole lot. When I do let myself have a little sugared beverage, these San Pellegrinos though, they different. You heard? So let's see what they hitting for. Yeah, bro. That was great, you heard? But this is the Fat Vegetarian. You heard? I'll be back with that smoothie episode real soon. You heard? LAZ, get at me.